If your grandmother could open a can, spread something cold on bread, and have a full, dignified meal on the table in 5 minutes flat. Why are you spending $20 on delivery that arrives cold and takes 45 minutes? In the 1960s and 1970s, American seniors living alone mastered no-cook meals completely. Number 22. Fed one person 3 days on 60 cents in 1965. Number 15 appeared in every senior center cookbook from Florida to Minnesota between 1968 and 1979. Number 9 required zero heat, zero standing, and zero cleanup. Number 1 was the single most common no-cook meal eaten by seniors living alone across America for 30 straight years. These were not shortcuts. These are 25 lazy no-cook meals for seniors living alone straight from 1960s and 1970s cookbooks. Not cuisine, not presentation. Dignity on a plate with no stove required. Subscribe before we begin. The countdown starts now. Number 25. Cottage cheese and canned peaches. She kept a carton in the refrigerator and a can in the cupboard. That was the whole system. Cottage cheese cost 39 cents in 1965. Today, around $2.49. A can of Del Monte peaches cost 29 cents. Today, around $1.79. Total, then under 70 cents. Today, under $4.50. Fed one person 2 meals. You spoon cottage cheese into a bowl. You drain the peaches and arrange them across the top. You drizzle 1 spoon of reserve syrup over everything. The cheese is cool and white. The peaches are gold and slippery sweet. Cottage cheese with canned fruit appeared in every American Senior Center lunch menu from 1960 through 1985 and became the default no-cook lunch across retirement communities in Florida and Arizona. For a senior with no energy to cook, this bowl delivers protein, calcium, and sweetness in 90 seconds. Number 24. Peanut butter and banana sandwich. 2 ingredients, 30 seconds. The most underestimated no-cook meal in American senior history. Jif peanut butter cost 49 cents in 1965. Today, around $3.49. Bananas cost 19 cents a pound. Today, around 79 cents. Soft white bread cost 20 cents. Today, around $2.49. Total then, under 60 cents. Today, under $5. Fed one senior 3 meals. You spread peanut butter thick on soft bread. You slice banana into coins and press them into the peanut butter. You press both slices together and cut on the diagonal. The banana softens against the peanut butter. The bread yields without resistance. No chewing strain anywhere. This sandwich came from Southern American working-class tradition in the 1930s and became the go-to no-cook senior meal across rural America by 1965. No cooking, no cleanup. Pure protein and energy for a senior on a fixed income. Number 23. Tuna salad plate. A can of tuna, a spoon of mayonnaise, and whatever was left in the refrigerator. She made this 3 times a week and never found it boring. Star-kissed tuna cost 35 cents in 1968. Today, $1.89. Hellmann's mayonnaise, celery, and saltine crackers. Total then, under 75 cents. Today, under $5. Fed one person 2 meals. You drain the tuna and flake it fine with a fork. You mix in mayonnaise, diced celery, a squeeze of lemon, and salt. You arrange it on a plate beside saltine crackers, 2 lettuce leaves, and tomato slices. The tuna goes pale and creamy. The crackers stay crisp alongside. Tuna salad plates appeared in every 1965 Better Homes and Garden Senior Meal Planning Guide as the ideal no-cook protein lunch for Americans living alone on fixed incomes. For arthritic hands, a fork and a bowl is the only equipment needed. Number 22. Cold bean salad. 3 cans. A dressing made in the bottom of the bowl. 15 minutes. in the refrigerator. A meal that lasted 4 days without a single minute of cooking. Kidney beans cost 19 cents a can in 1965. Today, around $1.39. Green beans and chickpeas the same. White vinegar, sugar, and oil. Total then under 70 cents. Today, under $6. Fed one senior 4 full meals. You drain all 3 cans. You whisk vinegar, sugar, oil, and salt in the serving bowl. You add the beans and toss until everything is coated. You refrigerate 15 minutes. The beans go glossy in the sweet sour dressing. The colors contrast beautifully on the plate. 3 bean salad appeared in the 1959 Joy of Cooking and crossed into senior meal planning guides across the Midwest by 1965. Made once on Sunday. Eaten 4 times. 0 cooking required at any point. Number 21. Deviled ham on crackers. The little can with the red devil on the label. If you are over 65, you know exactly which can this is. It sat in American pantries for 40 straight years. Underwood deviled ham cost 25 cents in 1965. Today, around $2.29. Ritz crackers cost 20 cents. Today, around $2.49. Total then, under 50 cents. Today, under $5. Fed one senior, 2 days. You open the can and stir the contents with a butter knife until smooth. You spread it onto Ritz crackers one at a time. You eat them immediately before the cracker softens. The ham spread is salty and pink. The Ritz snaps clean underneath it. Underwood deviled ham has been sold in America since 1868, making it the oldest branded food product in the country. By 1965, it was the default senior pantry protein from Maine to California. Number 20. Sardines on crackers. Before you skip this one, stay. Your grandfather ate sardines on crackers every Friday for 30 years and his heart was perfect at 82. King Oscar sardines cost 29 cents in 1965. Today, around $2.49. Ritz crackers, mustard, and lemon. Total then, under 45 cents. Today, under $4. Fed one senior, one full meal. You open the tin and drain the oil. You lift each sardine carefully with a fork and place it on a cracker. You squeeze lemon juice over the top. You add a thin line of yellow mustard. The sardine is smoky and soft. The lemon cuts through the richness. The cracker holds everything together. Sardines on crackers were a staple of Norwegian, Portuguese, and Jewish American senior kitchens throughout the 1960s in cities from Boston to San Francisco. Omega-3 fatty acids, bone and calcium, 29 cents in 1965. Why did we forget this? Here is something nobody says out loud. Cooking for one is the loneliest task in the world. You stand at a stove making a portion for one person in a kitchen that once fed 4 or 5. The pot is too big. The pan is too wide. Everything makes too much and the leftovers remind you of the people who used to eat them. The no-cook meal changed that. It gave a generation of seniors living alone permission to stop performing the full meal ritual when the full meal no longer fit their life. A can of tuna on a plate with crackers is not failure. It is not giving up. It is a woman in 1968 deciding that her hunger mattered even. Number 18. Cucumber and cream cheese tea sandwiches. She made these on a Sunday afternoon and ate them slowly over 4 days. She called it lunch. The women's magazines of 1965 called it elegant. Both were correct. A cucumber cost 15 cents in 1968. Today, around 79 cents. Cream cheese cost 35 cents. Today, around $2.49. Thin white bread. Total then under 60 cents. Today, under $4. Fed one senior 4 lunches. You soften the cream cheese. You slice cucumber paper thin. You spread cream cheese onto thin white bread. You layer cucumber slices in overlapping rows. You cut into 4 small rectangles and remove the crusts. The cucumber is cool and crisp. The cream cheese holds everything together softly. Tea sandwiches came to American women's luncheon culture from British tradition in the 1920s. By the 1960s, they were a staple of senior women's club gatherings, from Connecticut to Georgia. Cool, soft, no heat required at any point. Number 17. Pimento cheese on crackers. The South called it the caviar of the South. Senior women across Georgia, South Carolina, and Virginia called it Tuesday lunch. Both descriptions were completely accurate. Sharp cheddar cost 69 cents a pound in 1968. Today, around $5.49. A jar of pimentos, mayonnaise, and Ritz crackers. Total then under $1. Today, under $7. Fed one senior 3 full days of lunch. Number 16. Egg salad on soft bread. She hard-boiled 6 eggs Monday morning and made egg salad sandwiches for lunch every day until Thursday. 4 lunches. 1 pot of boiling water on Monday. The rest required no heat at all. 6 eggs cost 39 cents in 1965. Today around $3.49. Mayonnaise, mustard, celery salt, and soft bread. Total then under 60 cents. Today, under $5. Fed one senior 4 lunches. You peel cold eggs and chop them medium. You mix with mayonnaise, yellow mustard, celery salt, and black pepper until creamy. You spread thick on soft bread. The egg salad is pale yellow and cool. The bread stays soft around it. Egg salad on soft bread appeared in every American senior meal planning booklet published between 1960 and 1980 as the ideal affordable no-cook protein lunch. 4 lunches from 1 pot of Monday morning boiling water. That is the whole equation. Number 15. Cream cheese and olive sandwich. If you grew up in the 1960s and attended any church social, you know this sandwich. Soft, cold, salty, satisfying without a single minute of cooking. Philadelphia cream cheese cost 35 cents in 1965. Today around $2.49. A jar of stuffed green olives cost 45 cents. Today around $2.99. Soft bread. Total then under 60 cents. Today under $5. Fed one senior 3 days. You soften cream cheese on the counter 20 minutes. You chop olives coarsely. You mix them into the cream cheese with a fork. You spread the mixture thick on soft white bread. Number 14. Waldorf salad. This was considered an elegant lunch in 1965. It required no cooking. It required only a knife, a bowl, and whatever was sitting in the refrigerator fruit drawer. 2 apples cost 20 cents in 1968. Today, around $1.50. Celery, walnuts, raisins, and mayonnaise. Total then under 50 cents. Today, under $5. Fed one senior 2 full meals. You dice apples without peeling into a bowl. You slice celery thin. You add walnut pieces and raisins. You fold in mayonnaise until lightly coated. Here is where things get personal. You are watching this video because someone you love is living alone right now. Maybe it is your father. Maybe it is your mother. Maybe it is you. And that person is opening cans at noon and calling it lunch and feeling quietly ashamed that the full meal, the roast chicken, the pot of beans, the pie cooling on the counter, is behind them now. I want you to hear this clearly. Opening a can is not giving up. Spreading peanut butter on soft bread is not defeat. Eating cottage cheese and peaches alone at a kitchen table is not the end of something. It is a person deciding their hunger matters, that they deserve to eat, that the act of feeding yourself, however simply, is still a profound act of self-respect. That matters more than any recipe ever written. Number 13. Cold bean salad repeat. She opened the can on Sunday. She had cold beet and onion salad until Wednesday. That was the entire meal planning equation for a senior living alone in 1967. Canned beets cost 19 cents in 1967. Today, around $1.29. 1 small red onion, white vinegar, sugar, and oil. Total then under 35 cents. Today under $3. Fed one senior 4 days of side salads. You drain the beets and slice thinner if needed. You slice red onion paper thin. You toss both with vinegar, sugar, oil, and salt. You refrigerate at least 2 hours. The beets go deep purple and faintly sweet sour. The onion mellows completely into them. Cold beet salad came from Eastern European and Scandinavian immigrant kitchens and appeared in 1960s. American Senior Center recipe booklets. From Minnesota to New York. 1 can, 4 days, under 35 cents. Number 12. Smoked oysters on crackers. Your grandfather kept a tin in the cupboard for Saturday afternoons. He ate them on Ritz crackers with something cold and called it the best part of the week. Smoked oysters cost 39 cents in 1968. Today, around $2.99. Ritz crackers and hot sauce? Total then under 60 cents. Today, under $5. Fed one senior one full appetizer meal. Smoked oysters on crackers appeared in 1960s. American entertaining guides but moved into senior solo meal culture across the Pacific Northwest and New England by 1970. Number 11. Tomato and mayonnaise sandwich. If you are from below the Mason-Dixon line, you have eaten this sandwich and you know it is perfect. If you are not from the South, you have been missing something for your entire life. A ripe tomato cost 10 cents in 1965. Today, around $1.29, soft white bread and Duke's mayonnaise. Total then under 30 cents. Today, under $3. Fed one senior one perfect lunch. You slice the tomato thick, at least half an inch. You spread mayonnaise generously on both slices of soft bread. Number 9. Peanut butter and honey on graham crackers. Simple does not mean lesser. This combination fed American seniors living alone for 30 years, and nobody ever had to apologize for it once. Peanut butter cost 49 cents in 1965. Today, around $3.49. Honey cost 35 cents. Today, around $4.99. Graham crackers cost 25 cents. Today, around $2.79. Total then under 60 cents. Today, under $5. Fed one senior 3 days. You lay 4 graham crackers flat on a plate. You spread peanut butter across each one. You drizzle honey in a thin line across the peanut butter. The honey soaks in slowly. The peanut butter holds it perfectly on top. Graham crackers were invented by Sylvester Graham in New Jersey in 1829 as a health food. By 1960, they were a senior pantry staple across the entire country. No teeth required, pure energy. Under 60 cents in 1965. Number 8. Ricotta with honey and walnuts. By 1970, ricotta had moved into mainstream American supermarkets. Senior health columns adopted it immediately for its softness, its protein, and the fact that it required absolutely nothing to prepare. Ricotta cost 39 cents in 1970. Today, around $2.49. A jar of honey and a small bag of walnuts. Total then, under 70 cents. Today, under $5. Fed one senior 2 full meals. Number 7. Avocado and cottage cheese bowl. By 1970, avocados had moved from specialty stores into mainstream American supermarkets. Senior health columns in California, Texas, and Florida immediately adopted them as the perfect no-cook senior meal. An avocado cost 25 cents in 1970. Today, around $1.29. Cottage cheese cost 39 cents. Today, around $2.49. Lemon juice and salt. Total then, under 70 cents. Today, under $4. Fed one senior 2 meals. Number 6. Cream cheese and walnut. Stuffed celery. She made 6 stalks on Sunday and kept them covered in the refrigerator. Lunch for 3 days with no cooking required after 5 minutes of Sunday assembly. Cream cheese cost 35 cents in 1965. Today, around $2.49. A bunch of celery cost 20 cents. Today, around $1.50. Walnuts and honey. Total then under 60 cents. Today under $5. Fed 1 senior 3 days. Number 4. Cold cucumber tomato vinegar salad. Every Eastern European grandmother in America kept a bowl of this in the refrigerator at all times. No cooking required, and it improved with every hour it sat cold. 2 cucumbers cost 20 cents in 1968. Today, around $1.50. 2 tomatoes, 1 red onion, white vinegar, sugar, and oil. Total then under 40 cents. Today, under $4. Fed 1 senior 3 full days of side salads. This salad came from Polish, Czech, and Hungarian immigrant kitchens, and appeared in 1960s American Senior Center recipe collections from Chicago to Cleveland. Made once. Eaten 3 days. 0 heat ever. Number 3. Apple and peanut butter plate. She kept a jar of peanut butter and a bowl of apples on the counter at all times. That was the whole pantry plan for afternoon hunger, with no cooking required. 2 apples cost 20 cents in 1968. Today, around $1.50. Jif peanut butter cost 49 cents. Today, around $3.49. Total, then under 40 cents. Today, under $4. Fed 1 senior 2 full snack meals. Apple and peanut butter appeared in American senior nutrition pamphlets, published by the USDA throughout the 1960s as the ideal, affordable no-cook afternoon snack for elderly Americans. 2 ingredients, under 40 cents, no preparation required. Number 2. Bread and butter with cold milk. She sat at the kitchen table with 2 slices of buttered bread and a tall glass of cold milk every night at 9 o'clock for 30 years. She called it her evening meal. She was right to call it that. Soft white bread cost 20 cents in 1965. Today, around $2.49. Butter cost 30 cents. Today, around $4.99. A glass of whole milk. Total then, under 25 cents. Today, under $2. Fed 1 senior 1 quiet, dignified meal. Number 1. Saltines with butter and a sliced tomato. Of course, it was always going to end here. Saltine crackers cost 15 cents in 1965. Today, around $2.29. A stick of butter cost 30 cents. Today, around $4.99. 1 ripe tomato. Total then under 25 cents. Today, under $3. Fed 1 senior 1 complete quiet meal. You lay 8 saltines across a plate. You spread butter onto each one while the cracker is still cold and the butter sits thick on top. You slice a ripe tomato into rounds and lay them beside the crackers. You salt the tomato heavily. The saltine is crisp under the thick cold butter. The tomato is summer red and acidic beside it. The salt pulls the tomato juice onto the plate. This plate appeared in no 1960s cookbook. No nutritionist prescribed it. No senior center served it. It was what a senior living alone in 1967 made when the day was over and the kitchen was quiet and all she wanted was something cold and salty and real on a plate in front of her. She sat at the table. She ate it slow. She did not apologize for its simplicity. Neither should you. Make one of these this week. Just one. Pick the tuna salad plate from number 23, or the pimento cheese on crackers from number 17, or the saltines with butter and tomato from number 1. Every ingredient costs less than $5 at any grocery store right now. In the comments below, tell me which one your mother or grandmother made. Was it the cottage cheese and peaches from number 25, or the egg salad on soft bread from number 16? Share the memory. Tell me who made it for you. I am reading everyone.
If you want more cooking that actually happened, not food content, real cooking, subscribe. Tuna melt, open-faced. A can of star-kissed tuna cost 49 cents in 1974. 2 slices of rye bread, a slice of American cheese each, mayonnaise, and a pickle. Under $1. Fed 2. You drain the tuna and flake it with a fork. You mix it with mayonnaise, a spoon of pickle relish, and a pinch of black pepper. You toast the bread lightly. You pile the tuna thick on each slice and lay a slab of cheese over the top. You slide it under the broiler for 3 minutes until the cheese bubbles and turns the color of a harvest moon. The smell is sharp and salty and warm. The bread goes crisp underneath. The tuna melt was invented at the Woolworth's lunch counter in Charleston, South Carolina in the 1960s. Tamale pie. A pound of ground beef cost 99 cents in 1974. A can of corn, a can of tomatoes, chili powder, and a cup of cornmeal. Under $2. Fed 6. You brown the beef with a diced onion until the kitchen smells like a border town. You stir in the tomatoes, corn, chili powder, and a pinch of sugar. You let it simmer until it goes thick. You mix cornmeal with milk and eggs and pour it over the top like a blanket. You bake it at 375 for 30 minutes. The cornmeal puffs up golden. The filling bubbles at the edges. A spoon goes in and comes out coated in red and yellow. Tamale pie came out of Tex-Mex kitchens in San Antonio in the 1920s, spreading through Depression-era Better Homes and Gardens cookbooks as a way to stretch beef with cornmeal. It hit peak popularity in 1970s American homes. Creamed spinach on baked potato. A box of frozen spinach cost 29 cents in 1975. 2 russet potatoes, butter, flour, milk, and a handful of Parmesan. Under $1. Fed 2. You bake the potatoes at 400 degrees for an hour until the skins crackle when you press them. You thaw the spinach and squeeze it dry in a dish towel. You melt butter in a saucepan, whisk in flour, then milk until it thickens into a white sauce. You stir in the spinach and Parmesan and a grate of nutmeg. You split the potatoes open with a fork and pile the creamed spinach into the steaming centers. Here is something nobody says out loud. The recipes on this list were not invented by chefs. They were not designed in test kitchens. They were not written down by anyone who thought they mattered. They were made by women, in small kitchens, with almost no money. And they fed entire generations without recognition, without applause, without ever being called artists or geniuses, for the miracle they performed 3 times a day. Hash brown skillet with ground beef. A pound of ground beef cost 99 cents in 1975. A bag of frozen hash browns cost 59 cents. An onion, a green pepper, and a can of tomato sauce. Under $2. Fed 6. You lift the lid and the kitchen smells like a Midwestern diner at 5 in the morning. The hash brown skillet came out of American truck stop and diner culture in the 1950s, spreading into home kitchens through Sunset Magazine and Better Homes and Gardens by the mid-1960s. Funeral potatoes. You remember the smell. You walked into the church basement, and before you saw anyone, you smelled the cheese and the cornflakes and the butter. That was Sister Eleanor's pan. She brought it every time someone died. She brought it when nobody died, too. 2 pounds of frozen hash browns cost 59 cents in 1965. A can of cream of chicken soup, a tub of sour cream, a brick of cheddar, and a sleeve of cornflakes. Under $1.50 fed 20 grieving neighbors. She mixed everything by hand in a chipped yellow bowl. She crushed the cornflakes between her palms and let them fall like snow over the top. Mississippi pot roast sandwiches. The slow cooker came on at 6 a.m. Saturday morning. She plugged it in before she made the coffee. By the time you came downstairs in your pajamas, the whole house smelled like beef and butter. A 3-pound chuck roast cost $1.19 in 1962. A packet of Lipton onion soup, a packet of ranch, a stick of butter, and 5 pepperoncini. Under $3 fed 16 at the church social. She did not stir it. She did not check it. She trusted it. By 2 p.m., the meat fell apart when she touched it with a fork. She shredded it back into the buttery juices and piled it on soft buns from the day-old bakery rack. Mississippi pot roast came out of a small church kitchen in Ripley, Mississippi in the 1990s, but the slow cooker tradition reaches back to 1965. 16 sandwiches from one cheap roast. That is loaves and fishes in a crock pot. Sloppy Joe casserole. She had 10 minutes before the church bus came. She browned the beef while she pulled biscuits out of the cardboard tube. She poured manwich straight from the can. She did not measure the cheese. A pound of ground beef cost 39 cents in 1965. A can of manwich, a tube of biscuits, and shredded cheddar. Under $1.25 fed 12. She poured the meat into the baking dish. She arranged the raw biscuits on top in 3 neat rows. She scattered cheese across the surface. 25 minutes in the oven, and the biscuits puffed gold and the sauce bubbled around the edges. Iowa and Nebraska Methodist Church suppers picked this up after Hunt's launched manwich in 1969. She walked into Fellowship Hall at 12:15 with a pan still steaming. She set it on the table next to the Jell-O. The pan was empty before the closing prayer. Hamburger hot dish. In Minnesota, you do not call it casserole. You call it hot dish. There is a difference, and your grandmother would tell you so. The hot dish always had tater tots on top. Always. A pound of ground beef cost 39 cents in 1965. A bag of tater tots, a can of cream of mushroom, and frozen green beans. Under $1.50 fed 12. She browned the beef in the same skillet she had used for 30 years. She poured the soup straight from the can over the meat in the baking dish. She arranged the tater tots in tight rows like soldiers. 45 minutes at 375, and the tots crisped golden while the filling bubbled underneath. The word hot dish is so specific to the upper Midwest, it appears on Minnesota state license plates. Your Norwegian grandmother in Duluth made this every Wednesday for 40 years. Hash brown casserole. If you walked into a Cracker Barrel in 1972 and ordered the breakfast plate, you got this dish on the side. Tennessee Baptist grandmothers reverse-engineered it within a year. A bag of frozen hash browns cost 59 cents in 1968. A can of cream of chicken, sour cream, shredded cheddar, and cornflakes. Under $1.50 fed 16. She mixed the hash browns with soup, sour cream, butter, and cheddar in the same blue bowl she used for everything. She crushed cornflakes with melted butter on top. The pan went into the oven at 350 and came out 45 minutes later with the cornflakes browned and the cheese melting through the potatoes. This casserole spread through Southern Baptist potlucks in the 1970s after Cracker Barrel opened restaurants across Tennessee in 1969. Her hash brown casserole disappeared first every single Sunday.